Oh, we're live.
Oh,
Okay. Happy Monday, coming at you with a brand new time for the morning show. It will be about 9:30 Eastern moving forward.
ish. We like the ish.
Ish. 9:30-ish moving forward. New time for the morning show. Hope you had a good weekend. What did you do this weekend?
I mean, there's not a lot to do outside of the home, but we went for some nice walks. It was sunny and it wasn't cold, and that was really nice. So we did some walks. We went to Trent University, which is the university in our city, and it's really pretty. So we took the kids and the dog and we toured. It was nice. Yeah.
It was nice. It was so nice. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, if you're just joining us, welcome. And we will be going live at a brand new time, 9:30-ish Eastern. And before we dive into today's topic, which is a big lesson that I learned in my last 10 years, I just want to remind y'all that we have an amazing, fun celebration happening over on my Instagram, which is at Lori Kennedy Inc. We're doing giveaways. We have 2 more giveaways for this week. We're doing our third tonight. So if you haven't jumped on that train yet, I highly recommend that you go and jump on that train over on my Instagram. And hope you had a great weekend. Let us know in the comments how it was, if you were getting outside. Well, we've been playing a lot of cards.
Yep.
And something that we're going to do tonight, we've sort of made the 7 to 8 o'clock hour games hour.
Oh, fun.
And I bought like a proper size Jenga.
Ooh.
So that we could all sort of you know what I mean? And we're not sitting. So it's like you have to stand, you have to do it because it's like 4.5 feet tall.
Yep.
So we're going to attempt the human-sized Jenga tonight, and hopefully it doesn't injure anyone.
You know what? We have one of those on our deck, and it is the best thing ever, and no one has been injured yet.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
So I'm really excited about that. All right, let's kick it off today with one of the lessons that I learned over the last 10 years as we've grown this company to be a multi-7-figure per year company and well over 30 full-time people, whether they're in all various aspects. I'm not exactly sure at this present time how many team members we have, but it is most certainly over 30.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And as you grow your business, you will come to breaking points because there is no possible way for you to grow to the degree that you want to grow by yourself.
Yes.
And if you haven't already realized, you become you as the actual entity become the bottleneck in your own business. And that happened to me several times. And it's taken a while to learn the lesson. And now the minute that, we either feel tension it's different now because now we project growth and we know what we need, but that's on a whole nother level. But the reality is that you become the bottleneck of the business because you're doing $15, $20, $25 an hour tasks.
Yes.
Because that's what you're used to. Because when you start in year 1 and year 2, you do everything.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to. You do everything because you probably, A, don't have the money to invest in help, and B, you wouldn't even know what to tell them to do if you had them.
You have to figure it out. You have to figure it out on your own first before you can bring people in to help you.
Yeah. And so I'm just trying to gather my thoughts because I want to make sure that this is super applicable. And so you become the bottleneck to your own growth when you are out of the sort of initial building stages. So when you are, in the building stages, you hiring help looks like coming into the 10K success system.
Yes,
you
totally.
are investing in help from the beginning, but what that help looks like differs as you grow your business. And so, at the beginning, the help that you acquire is mentorship and skills and execution and implementation. That is the help that you pay for at the beginning to get your business off the ground. And for those people that never invest in that help, that's not to say that you can't do it on your own, but it's going to take so much longer.
Yes.
So much longer, which also means time away from actually making money.
Yes.
Time wasted on things that don't work. And lowered self-esteem because you are trying things over and over and over again that really just don't work versus investing from the get-go. So the majority of the people that we see do really start investing from the get-go. And so the first 6 months to a year really looks like investing in mentorship and hiring coaches like us. And advisors. I wouldn't even we're coaches and advisors and mentors and experts and leaders. We're all of those things.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And hiring that type of coach as the investment. And then as they grow, the investment shifts to hiring people to help them grow.
Yes.
Right? Within their business.
Yep. It's shifting away from hiring consultant style support, which is what you're doing at the beginning, right? You're hiring people to tell you what to do and how to do it. And then you learn to execute. And then when you hit a certain level, now you're hiring people to execute because you already have the system. You already have the piece in place. You need somebody else to do it. And I think this is where a lot of people run into hiring wrongly or hiring for the wrong reason, because hiring can feel like the silver bullet, the thing that's going to be the thing to help. So one of the first things we hear from everyone is, I want to hire someone to do all of my marketing, or I want to hire someone to come in and do all of my sales for me, right? Because that's a problem that you feel like you need solved. Whereas the hiring we're talking about is the hiring that should actually come first, which is the hiring of the people to do the things that are already working, that you just need somebody else to take off your plate for you so you can then go focus on the marketing and the sales and the strategies that you don't yet know that you need to bring somebody in to consult with you on, perhaps.
Yeah. And just to sort of loop it back to the beginning, you are always hiring in your business. You're hiring a business coach, you're hiring a consultant, and you're also hiring admin support. Maybe you're hiring coaches. So when you get to a place where, and you'll know this because you're completely burnt out and you're working 12 to 16 hours a day, 6 days a week, and you're still not able to feel calm in your business, right? To the degree that you can feel calm. Under year 5. And you will know that. You will know that because you didn't get your client work done. You didn't get your admin work done. And you need more, you need to open up more sales opportunities in your calendar, and there's no time. That is a bottleneck. Like, you are now the bottleneck. And so the way that we teach this is, what is your time worth? right? So I really want you to think about what your time is worth and what actions you're doing during the hours of the day. And so if you, like our clients, enroll people into your program for $9.97, $14.97, $19.97, right? And the goal is to enroll, let's say, 8 people a month at $14.97. Okay, 8 people a month at $14.97 is $12,000. So let's just say that so that's $12,000 a month. So averaging a 40-hour work week. So what's that? 160 hours a month?
Ish, yeah.
Ish. Okay, so we're going to divide that by 160.
Yep.
Your time is worth $75 an hour. Like, actually. So that is what your time is worth. So why are you scheduling social media posts when you can have somebody for $15 an hour do that? So how do you buy back time? Because even if you spent $15 or $20, you're still making, $60.
Yeah. 100%. It's a trade-off. You're not, and this is where I think it's hard to make the thinking shift of I'm paying somebody to do something versus I'm investing in growth so that I can actually make more money because I'm shifting the value of my time here at the high level activity nobody else can do right now.
Yes. And that's something that we really, really want you to think about, because the first hire that we strongly recommend is a customer service / virtual assistant admin type person who can take over your entire inbox, including your client emails.
Yes.
And assign them to you as needed so that literally nothing. I see nothing. Like, I see nothing, right? Nothing comes into my personal email. Everything goes into our support. And then I get assigned things, very few now, that I actually have to respond to. And it's been like this for years. The first hire that I made internally was customer service. It was Michelle. And she's now the COO. And I think she came in 2015. So we're going on year 6. And that is the first hire. So you can find somebody who has, executive assistant experience. You can find somebody who has secretarial experience, who's organizationally sound. They don't necessarily need to know health.
Right.
Because that's you learned it, so they can learn it.
Yep.
Right. And they're not answering necessarily your client emails. What they're doing is they're helping you to create structure, and they're keeping your customer service organized. And so with this, if you are enrolling, 3, 5, 7 clients a month, or you're doing some type of other membership site, we strongly, strongly recommend that you start bringing in a customer support admin person, even if it's for, 10 hours a week. So 2 hours a day.
Yep.
Right? Where they can then manage your customers, all of your emails, your Facebook group. They can schedule your social media. They can schedule your emails. That will buy back. You are buying back your time. That will buy you back probably 10 hours. Yeah.
Which you can then use to generate more revenue for your business by doing the things that only you can do.
Yeah. And
super important.
And that might be inclusive of taking self-care time where you can finish work at 4 or 5 o'clock and not have to go back and do 2 hours of emails or whatever it is at night because you've spent a month training this person.
Yeah.
You've spent a month training this person. And so, it's really important to look at what is your time worth. And that is a really simple equation. Even I can do it, and I don't math. So it's a really
So
simple
true.
equation, right? Even if you're not making that money right now, do that based off of the money that you are making right now and see what your time is worth. Because if your time is worth more than $15 an hour, then you should be hiring people, even if that means that you aren't making any money. And that, let's just jam on that for a second.
Ooh, okay. Okay, let's go.
Because that is you hiring people before you can afford to, in order to grow faster so that you can afford it.
Yes. Yes. You have to put, I always mix this saying up, but you have to put the cart before the horse when it comes to early days hiring, which is so counterintuitive and so hard for people to grasp. But you can't grow until certain structures are in place. You can't take the next step until certain pieces are there for the next step to be built on. And the worst thing you can do, especially in a client-facing business, a client-centered service coaching business, is grow before you have the support in place for the people who are going to come on board and want to work with you.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah. And this is specifically for those of you who are at that level where you are enrolling, let's say 7 to 12 people a month, or if you do like big launches or whatever it is, this is specifically for you. And we made this mistake and we won't ever do it again, is you grow before you have the support in place. And that is the biggest mistake that other people make with scaling.
Yes.
Where they scale too quickly because they're trying to chase this like elusive money goal.
Yep.
And they don't put client success before their own ambition and their own money goals.
Yep. We've seen this. We've seen this happen.
We've seen it. And we did that once where we're like, okay, let's go. And then we realized like, oh, we actually don't have the infrastructure to support growth. And this is what I want you to ask yourself. Do you have the infrastructure to support your growth? And if the answer is no, then we need to make sure that you are hiring in advance of your growth so that when the people come in, you have the capability to be able to deliver at a high level.
Yes. I have a really good example of this because we were having a conversation over in our Grow program in the Sales Connect last week. And one of our clients was talking about, the idea of launching a $37 monthly membership program to enroll people into as a low barrier offer. And at first glance, that sounds like a really great idea. It's not a lot of money.
How
it's
fast
probably
did you shut that down?
I don't think we got 2 seconds into the conversation before I had to slow my roll and try to back it up a little bit because I was like, oh dear God, no, don't do it. Because if you think about it from an operational perspective, if you're enrolling $37 clients, which means you're hopefully enrolling a lot of them, and they're sticking around month after month after month, how much support work do these clients now require? Who's answering their emails? Who's helping them with their tech woes when they can't log into your membership platform? Who's creating all the content for them that they need every single month, month after month? Who's moderating the group that you're putting them in? Who's as we were walking through the systems, I could see it illuminated for our clients going, oh, this is a strategy you need a team to implement, right? And we've seen so many clients, start on that path and not realize the hiring that would have to happen in order for that to happen.
To make $10,000 a month on a $37 product, you need 270 clients. And what
Did you just math it?
I just mathed it.
Yes.
And here's the thing about that too. What we know, and this isn't just our opinion, you can ask anybody. Yeah. Clients who pay small amounts are not the easiest to work with.
Yes.
Right?
100%.
The more investment, the better quality of a client we're getting. And that is true across the board. That's not just It is true across the board.
Yep.
And so with that, it's like, and this goes back to, I think if we're going to sort of tie it back, the vision that you have for your business and life. You know, if your goal is time freedom and financial freedom, you know, there is no possible way that you can have time freedom and financial freedom, right?
Yeah.
Tamisha. Tamisha says, my low ticket clients have been a pain in the butt. You know, time freedom and financial freedom without help.
Yeah.
Without help. How does it, you know, and just to take it to an energetic place, you are the creator, you are the visionary, you are the thought leader. It is not helpful to your energy, soul, bandwidth for you to be in customer service.
Nope.
It's a contradiction to your purpose on this planet. It is somebody else's purpose to be in customer service.
Yes.
You are the creator. You are the thought leader. You are not the customer service person, you know, negotiating payment plans and refunds and broken links and things of that nature.
100%.
Right? And things of that nature. And, you know, this is why for your own safety and well-being, we recommend not only that, you know, you have somebody in customer service to ensure that your quality of customer service is top-notch, but also to support you.
Yes.
And so that you can stay in your zone of genius.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Jasmine saying, do you recommend a membership at all? If so, at what price point? Not everyone will be able to afford the high ticket program. Here's the thing. And I'll say my thoughts and then you say yours.
Yeah,
my thought is just cool. Map it out. Who's doing what? Like map it out. If you want a membership, memberships are fantastic, but who's creating the content? Who's doing the customer service? Who's putting the content into the content hub? Who's controlling access? Who's managing payment plans? Who's following up with decline payments? Who's reselling clients into it when their time ends? Who's doing all the things?
Yeah.
And if the answer is you, is that realistic at this point in your business?
$37. Exactly. And
probably not.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I was going to say. And we were having this conversation in our meeting, and I don't remember which meeting it was. I think it was in our all hands meeting where we were talking about, you know, being equitable and making sure that we have equitable offers and equitable access. And here's what I want to say about that. That is absolutely something that we encourage when you are financially sound. You have to be responsible for your financial well-being before that. Now, if you're going to have a membership model as your business model, then absolutely, but know what you're getting into. This is it. Yes. So what we see is practitioners and coaches who have an idea, like, oh, I'm just going to offer this. And because they don't know what that model is, they don't understand what they're getting themselves into.
Yes.
And therefore that $37 with, you know, even 100 people a month is $3,700 a month. Like, what are you going to do with that? That's 100 people every single month that are paying $37. Like, what are you going to do with that? Nothing.
That just gave me an anxiety attack. Like imagining the level of service and oh my dear Lord. Yeah.
Now, if your goal was like, you know what, I really want to do this, and you know that at scale, it's going to be profitable for you. Like when you get to 1,000 members.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. But you will absolutely have a team in order to support that. Right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And so this idea is hire before you're ready to, so that the team that you have can support the growth to get you to the business and lifestyle of your dreams on your own terms, because that's what we're all about, right? That's what we're all about. And Sarah's saying it's a huge leap of faith, lots of fear blocks to get past to hire that first person. Yes. And what I would say is, this is where virtual assistants come in very handy. My favorite platform is Upwork.
Yes.
We have found incredible people through Upwork.
Yes.
And the other one is Indeed. It's not for virtual, but we found local people. We have a mix of virtual, local. We have people from all over the world who work at the Wellness Business Hub, Philippines, India, the US, Canada, all of that. And some of them we found through Upwork, through Indeed. And with a virtual assistant, you can hire them for projects. Like you can, I'm going to challenge that. I don't know if the leap of faith is because it's the ability to afford them, or it's the thought that they're not going to do a good job. Because if it's the thought that they're not going to do a good job, there's such a way to mitigate that, which would be hiring them on to do project work first. If the block is because you're afraid that you're not going to be able to financially support paying them, that's fair. And, typically once you start to gain some momentum and you're doing 3 clients a month, 5 clients a month, 8 clients a month, you are in so much pain that you can't wait to bring them on your team.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I think I have to be confident that my zone of genius will truly increase revenue. And that's fair. And that's fair, right? When you don't feel comfortable in marketing and sales right away.
Yes.
But we're not saying right away. We're not saying in the first 6 months or even a year.
Yep.
But when you are at that place, which we see is about the 8 client a month mark.
Yes.
That's what we see. About the 6-figure mark is when you start to become heavily in pain.
Yes.
And you need to grow. And you need to grow your team.
Yes. And the way that we help our clients figure out if and when they're ready for any next level is, have you been consistent the last 3 months? Have you done 8 clients a month the last 3 months? The minute you do that, you have consistency. Cool. Let's go.
Yeah. We're not, and just to sort of leave it off this way, when you don't know what you don't know, everything feels so scary. And so this is why investing in working with us and or someone else, right? Working with us in the 10K online success system or any other program that we offer, it's because we don't do things we don't just hire. There's a rhyme and a reason and a rationale and a way. And so that's what I want you to sort of keep in the back of your mind is, if you don't know how to do something, but you're in pain about it, go and invest in the people that can get you out of pain about that one particular thing based on their own ability to get themselves out of that. And they're ahead of you in that journey. Because there's a sort of a right way and a wrong way. The wrong way would just be like, oh, I need to hire somebody and I'm not going to go invest in the skill set to learn how to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Jasmine saying, I'm not there yet, but I find I need the help right now. It's hard to do all the things. This is what we're saying. So if your quality of life is deteriorating, if you are somebody that has a lot of at-home responsibilities and you really want to grow your business, you're going to have to invest in help before you can afford it in order to get to a place that you can afford it. That's just the way that it is.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's just the way that it is. So this is a hot topic. So
asking for help always is.
Yeah, right? So we will continue to talk about this. We will be back again tomorrow at our new time, which is 9:30-ish Eastern. We moved it from 9 to 9:30. We have to rejig our schedule. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.